All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really provocative piece of political satire. It's called Laying Down with Dogs, a predator's guide to grooming, gaslighting, and getting away with it. We're just going to break down what's inside exactly as the author presents it.
So this book, it does not ease you in. It kicks things off with this incredibly direct, almost aggressive welcome. It's designed to set a really shocking tone right from the very first page.
So, what are we actually looking at here? Well, it's a satirical book that's written like a cynical how-to guide for getting power. Our goal today is just to walk you through the rules and the themes the author lays out. We're not here to endorse them, but to really understand the critique that's being made. Okay, first things first. Let's dig into the book's main idea. Right from the start, it lays out this central thesis that you can achieve a certain kind of political power by following a very specific and pretty ruthless set of rules. And the author is really clear about their main case study. They state that this whole playbook is directly inspired by the tactics of Donald J. Trump, basically positioning him as the master of the strategies the book is about to break down.
So let's get into the first major theme. The first set of rules is all about tactics designed to literally bend and distort reality, and it all starts on a personal, one-on-one level.
The author breaks this down into 3 core tactics. They're presented as this simple, repeatable sequence: project, gaslight, deny. And this is basically the foundation for everything else that's going to come.
Here's a perfect example of how the book explains that first tactic: projection. It takes a public claim like "Stop the Steal" and connects it right back to the playbook's cynical advice, which is to accuse other people of exactly what you're doing. The book frames this as a way to just create chaos and kind of short-circuit any accusations against you.
And it doesn't stop there. The playbook moves on to the next 2 tactics. For gaslighting, the author basically argues that if you repeat lies enough, truth itself just becomes negotiable. And for denial, the book offers up phrases like witch hunt, not to prove you're innocent, but just to shut down the conversation entirely.
Okay, so once you've got those personal manipulation tactics down, the playbook kind of zooms out. This next section is all about how you scale those same ideas up to control the entire public story.
And according to the author, there are 2 key strategies for doing this. First, you create a massive distraction using fear. And second, you basically neutralize the referees, in this case the press, by systematically tearing down their credibility.
This quote from the book really drives the point home. What the author is arguing here is that a huge political promise might not be about the policy at all. In the context of this cynical playbook, its real job is to be a giant distraction, to redirect everyone's attention away from whatever scandals might be brewing.
So, this leads us to the next logical step in the playbook. You've got control of the narrative, now what? Well, now you have to build and, more importantly, maintain an absolutely loyal group of supporters.
The author highlights 2 main pillars for building this base. First, religion, which is framed not as genuine faith but as a performance, a prop for photo ops. And second, this idea of cultivating a cult following, which is described as a strategy. You find people who are afraid, you amplify that fear, and then you present yourself as the only one who can save them.
And wow, this quote from the book really gets to the heart of the author's argument. It suggests that loyalty, in this playbook, has absolutely nothing to do with facts. It's a transaction. In exchange for total devotion, followers get an enemy they can blame for everything and a leader they can look up to. So, where is all this heading? The final section of the playbook is about the ultimate prize, the end game. Getting to a place of total impunity, a place where your actions have 0 consequences and the rules just don't apply to you anymore.
And that really is the key question, isn't it? After you've used all these tactics, the projection, the narrative control, the base building, what's the final result? What's the trophy for winning this game?
Well, the book's answer is pretty blunt. According to the author, the ultimate result is that you are simply above the law. The argument here is that this isn't just some nice perk of being powerful, it's the entire point of the playbook from the very beginning.
We're going to end it here. With the book's own sarcastic warning label from its back cover, it really brings us to the final and most important question that this whole satirical exercise leaves you with. At what point does a parody of a political strategy become impossible to tell apart from the real thing? That's definitely something to think about.